So I'm continuing on my journey to find a good pair of active noise cancelling headphones at a budget. These can be found on Amazon for around $50 to $60. As usual, I'll put the link in the description so you guys can check it out. So that's a pretty good price point considering if this really does have active noise cancelling technology in it, as opposed to just regular passive noise cancelling, which is just noise isolation because of the features of the headphones. Active noise cancelling will have actual electronics built in to help reverse the sound waves that basically will cancel out the peaks with troughs. So anyways, with a quick unboxing here, you see it comes with a pretty nice semi-hard case, and inside you have the headphones themselves semi-folded, you have the instruction manual, and you have the two associated cables, which are the aux cable and also the charging USB cable. It has a pretty similar setup if you watch my Bose QC35 video. It's a $350 retail price noise cancelling headphone, and I love them to death. So I'm wondering how this particular one, which is less than a sixth of the Bose's price, will stack up against it, and I'll do a quick comparison with it a little bit later in this video. But first, starting off with the design, you can see it really does reminisce the Bose QC35s in the black sleek color. Honestly, if you look at it afar, you probably couldn't really tell what brand it is. Each ear cup is clearly labeled left and right, and it swivels in multi-directions similar to the Bose. Its headband is covered in faux leather, and it is also nicely padded, adjustable as well. So this is definitely a headphone that's made for everybody. I'm sure you can find an adjustment that will suit your head. And as mentioned earlier, it's able to fold up so it'll fit into its carrying case, and it has all the same pivot points pretty much as the Bose's is in comparison right here. The only slight difference is actually the one-sided direction in which the ear cups can turn in, and it actually turns the opposite direction of the Bose's, which I actually prefer, because that means if you were to rest the headphones against your neck, the ear cups will actually rest against your chest as opposed to facing out, which is what the Bose does. So having the ear cups rest against your chest is definitely the more comfortable position. So this is definitely a better deviation in my opinion against the Bose. Moving on to the buttons and ports on this thing, there definitely are quite a few, most of which are on the right earpiece just because most people are right-handed. On the left earpiece though, you can see at the bottom there is the port for charging, and then moving on to the right earpiece, there are the volume rockers, which also double as forward and backwards skipping buttons. And then next to that is the power/Bluetooth pairing button, and also the multifunction button for pause and playback. And for some reason, they programmed this button to also double tap to call the last person you called, which I don't think is a very good idea. I would much rather have them use this to summon up your voice assistant like Siri, but unfortunately, there is no way to do so on this particular headphone. And then right between the power button and the noise cancelling switch is actually the headphone jack. I don't really like this placement, but it is what it is. Anyways, afterwards is the noise cancelling switch, which you can clearly see when it's on by the LED indicator. I do like that they separate the on-off functionality of the noise cancellation with the Bluetooth functionality. That just means that you can use noise cancellation with your headphones in wired mode, so it's not completely linked to whether or not you turn your headphones on with Bluetooth, which is not the case actually for the Bose QCs. Even though these headphones are not nearly as lightweight or as comfortable as the Bose QCs, but of course these are also a fraction of the price, so that's not really much to complain about. They still stay on my head really nicely, and I can wear them for hours on end. They have pretty good seal for just regular noise isolation, and all of the buttons are easily feelable and touchable when I'm wearing them, which is definitely a good sign. Now let's talk about the sound quality and actually if the noise cancellation really works or not. So speaking about sound quality, I think it's pretty decent for the price. It's probably a little bit better actually than the competition at the price, so even if you're just buying it for the sound quality and Bluetooth features, I think this is a good candidate. Now in terms of the noise cancellation though, now I want to first say that noise isolation technology is definitely something that needs to be highly engineered and spent a lot of research on, which is why there are so few that really provide good noise cancellation, and of course they're all in the $200-$300 range, and there's a reason for that. It's because the sound engineering is definitely very difficult, and I can say that there's definitely a change in pitch when I turn on the active noise switch, but it doesn't really cancel out ambient noise. So it doesn't decrease the volume of outside noise, more as to kind of decrease the effect of low rumbling noises. So it kind of changes those low rumbling noises to a little bit higher pitch, I guess, to help preserve your hearing a little bit better, but for high-pitched noises, I really couldn't tell much of a difference when I have the noise cancellation switch on. So in that regard, I feel like the noise cancellation is kind of a fail unless you're constantly working in a situation that would have a lot of low rumbling noise and you don't mind changing that pitch. But again, it doesn't really decrease the volume of such noises. So if you're really looking for true noise cancellation, I still don't think these are the ones for you. But as a standalone Bluetooth headphones with quite a few playback features and good noise isolation, not necessarily active noise cancellation, these are actually a pretty good buy. I mean, they're a good price for what it is. I just would have liked to see it live up to its name of being active noise cancelling. And again, I'll continue my search of finding a budget alternative to the QC35s or the Sony WH-1000 marks out there. I definitely think that noise cancellation headphones are a game changer. I just wish that they could somehow fit it in a cheaper price tag.